Good afternoon. My name is Sameena. Thank you for allowing me to talk about myself. I am 35 years old, married with 3 kids. I have been in ECE industry for about 5 years and I'm currently working in kindergarten taking K1 class. I have completed my diploma in ECE at Seed Institute in the year 2016. My journey to become a qualified teacher was not easy as I have grew up in India where my childhood had faced had faced financial difficulties to complete my formal education. I was inspired by my school teachers who had supported me through my education till O level. Their kindness, empathy, and their motivation has inspired me to take up teaching roles. However, I had early marriage and travel to Singapore, where I have pursued my higher education in early childhood education and fulfill my dream in teaching. Through my years of experience, I had acquired different skills such as classroom management, communication skills, and creativity. Creativity is a valuable skill for educators, and it has allowed me to new, innovative, and engaging teaching practices which foster critical thinking and problem-solving abilities in children and enhance overall learning experiences. I have used these skills to cultivate an open mind and willingness to explore new ideas and perspectives. I managed to use a variety of reusable materials to create into different learning resources which allowed children with different learning styles to get involved and engage in the activity. I have always made myself to open to try different teaching methods, approaches, and resources. Thus, I actively seek inspiration from various sources such as books, articles, educational conferences, art, music, nature, or conversations with the colleagues. By regularly reflecting on my teaching methods and seeking opportunities to innovate, I am able to identify areas where I can introduce new approaches or modify existing one to make my learning more engaging and relevant and meaningful for young children, and also by creating supportive environment that encourage children's creativity and provide opportunities to self-expressions, problem solving, and through project-based learning, encouraging children to think out of the box and explore different solutions and take risk through collaborating with other educators in exchanging ideas, sharing the best practices, and co-create innovative teaching strategies has helped me become more confident, participate in professional learning communities, and attending workshops and engaging in online forum to connect with like-minded educators which sparks creativity through collaboration. I believe in offering students choices in their learning, allow them to pursue topic of interest or explore different pathways to achieve learning goals. Providing autonomy had fostered creativity as students take ownership of their learning and find unique ways to demonstrate their understanding, teaching methodologies, and creative practices. Also, by attending workshops and conferences and courses that focus on fostering creativity in the classroom. And not the least, the creativity is not limited to arts. It can be used in all the subject areas. This is what I believe in. As an educator, I believe I take this opportunity to make a change in the children's life through education. My primary role as an educator is to facilitate learning and academic growth for children. By creating engaging lessons, personalized instructions, and supporting learning environments, help children develop knowledge and skills and love for learning. Also, by instilling growth mindset in children can have a lasting impact on future success. I believe that the abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. By emphasizing the power of resilience, perseverance, and positive attitude towards challenges can help children develop confidence and willingness to learn new opportunities. Education goes beyond academic knowledge. As an educator, I believe in supporting students with the social emotional well-being. By creating the safe and inclusive classroom environment, promoting empathy and respect, and teaching conflict resolution and emotional regulation skills can help children with strong interpersonal skills and emotional well-being. I treat all my children fairly and avoid favoritism. Being in a consistent and fairness help children understand the boundaries and create sense of security and trust in the classroom. I have been always using positive reinforcement to recognize and reward the children's behavior, praise them for their efforts and achievements and their good behavior through the verbal praises. Classroom, developing a strong communication and to establish a clear and respectful communications with children, and also being an active listener. I do respond empathetically to children with their needs and the concerns they have. Clearly will explain instructions and expectations and encourage children to ask questions if they to clarify if they have any issues. Classroom routines have been established and the procedures for various activities in the classroom, such as transitioning, entering and exiting the classroom, and the classroom discussions have clearly explained to the children in order to understand. The children with the learning disabilities also will be able to adapt to the new routine and also follow the routine. Clear routines also help create a structured and organized learning environment. Building a positive and respectful relationship with the children, get to know them individually, show genuine interest in their lives and connect with their interests and experiences has been a wonderful journey in my class. Building strong relationship fosters trust and cooperation in the classroom. Since their children believe and trust the teacher, they are more likely to understand what the teacher trying to say. Effectively managing the time in the classroom to ensure the smooth transition and maximize instructional time. Planning lessons with the clear objectives and allocating time for different activities. Also to set a realistic time and use the strategies like timers or visual reminders to keep the students on track. This differentiated instructions also had helped my children in the class with the children in the class who have the learning difficulties and also the children with the learning needs. Since it is a verbal cue and also the visual cues, different set of the instructions has been provided in the classroom. In my current kindergarten, I have observed that children are coming from various backgrounds. They have language barrier. As they communicate in their own mother tongue language, they are not able to communicate in the classroom with other children. So English barrier is in the preschool setting. The strategies which I implemented to support the language development to ensure their successful integration into the classroom. I have created a welcoming environment that fosters a warm, inclusive classroom atmosphere. Also the values the diversity. I make sure the children feel comfortable and accepted regardless of their language abilities. Encouraging them peer interactions and promote a sense of community among all the children. I have used the visual cues, aids and such as pictures, posters, labels and charts to support an understanding and reinforce the vocabulary. Visual cues also help children make the connections between the words and their meanings. making it easier for them to follow instructions and participate in activities. By using the simple language and repetition when communicating with the children who have an English language barrier, and using simple and clear language, speak at a slow pace, I have repeated myself a number of times. So the repetitive important instructions, key vocabulary and concepts and vocabularies and the concepts multiple times, providing an ample opportunities for children to hear and to process the information what is being said in the classroom. And also by using the non-verbal cues, gestures and body language to supplement the verbal communication. I demonstrated the actions using my facial expression and engage in hands-on activities, which has allowed children to understand and interact with the language in the meaningful way. I engage children in a multi-sensory activities, such as I have incorporated activities that engage multiple senses, such as songs, rhymes, games and hands-on manipulatives. These activities help children to grasp the language concepts and vocabulary in more interactive and memorable way. Pairing and peer support, which I believe is most important, and it has done wonderful work in the class. Encouraging peers, interactions and the pairing the children who are more proficient in English with those who are still developing their language skills. And the peer support also has fostered language development and provide opportunities for practice and collaboration. Visual schedules and routines are kept on the walls in the classroom everywhere, which has establishing these visual schedules has routine that outline the daily activities in the classroom, which help children understand and anticipate what will happen next, providing a sense of structure and familiarity in their daily routines. English language learning support offer targeted English language support targeted through small groups or individual instructions. I use the specialized resources, language learning apps and age-appropriate materials for them to understand more English. Cultural sensitivity and also the inclusion. These two things, embracing and celebrate the diversity, cultures and language represented in the classroom. Also by incorporating multiple cultural books, music and activities that promote understanding and appreciation for different languages and backgrounds. I also collaborate with the families to establish more open line of communication with the parents, guardians who can speak and child's native language and get their input in and involve them in the child's education. And I also encourage the parents to share any cultural tradition songs or stories that can be incorporated into the classroom. Myself as a seeking the professional development opportunities to enhance my understanding of the language acquisition and strategies for supporting these children with a language barrier. I have always had to made myself to stay informed about the researches and best practices and instructional approaches that can benefit the English language learners. During my PTC, parents have come up and showed their appreciation as they have seen the changes in the children's learning language and using the phonics to read the letters, read the words and making a simple sentences. They are very amazed and they are very thankful to me as this is an achievement which I believe I have gained so far. And I think that this making the collaboration with the parents and even the center principal and the leaders are really appreciated by my this step of teaching and involving the children in learning the language acquisition, and also by incorporating the phonics into the lesson and teaching them one-to-one and with the small groups. They have really gained more interest in learning. By this, all the parents and teachers in my centers, they want me to learn, they want me to teach, they want me to involve them in how I am implementing my lessons, and how I am involving the children in the activities, and how I'm able to cooperate with the parents. So by giving a small sharing sessions to my colleagues, they also understand that the part of involving the literacy learning and teaching the phonics is very important. I'm really happy if I could have this opportunity to teach children at your school, to help them grow.